I'm a bit late to this. I'm a bit late. I know it's been a week or so, but I've had a tough couple weeks, so I kind of got lazy and recorded anything. But we're here now. New nails. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So we're gonna react to this. I'm going to do what I usually do and react and review and give thoughts and break down and such and such. The audio should be working this time. Apparently, it wasn't working for God knows how long. And you won't be able to hear me over the music. Hopefully, you can hear me this time. Before we start on this, just very quickly, this isn't a sponsor, nothing like that, but this is something I do want to talk about. This is the Charismatic Voice. They are another music reaction specifically channel, and they're doing this really cool thing where they've actually a lot of videos with Will Ramos from Lana Shore, and they've done some stuff researching his vocals, like his screams and all that kind of stuff, because they are very impressive, and they've been sticking cameras down his throats and all that kind of stuff, and they have this thing now where they're doing some research. They brought in some other big metal vocalists, and apparently they're doing some research that they're doing a Kickstarter and some stuff, and it would very, very appreciate if you hop over there and check this video out. They're looking at how, because metal screams and screams in general have been very stigmatized over a long period of time, they're just kind of now starting to actually take it seriously and research it in depth with biologically how it works and all the benefits it may have to mental health and some actual conditions people suffer from. So they want to get some research off the ground, and they're hoping to actually do some other stuff as well. And check this video out. It's only a 10-minute video. They go over what they're doing, what their goals are, how you can support, what you get out of supporting, all that kind of stuff. Be sure to check this video out by the Charismatic Voice, and that will basically cover all that. Really cool stuff they're doing. But right now we're gonna get to nails. Little segment out of the way. Again, that wasn't sponsored. I wasn't paid to do it. I just wanted to, give the reach out a bit more. I don't know how many people see this. Probably not a lot, but it's at least outside of the echo chamber of their own channel. So hopefully, some new people from this channel will be able to see that and spread the word more and possibly donate to their cause. And it's really cool. Anyways. Nails, new nails. The only track I've heard is Give Me the Painkiller. It's the only one I've heard. That's it. Other than that, we're going to get into the first track, Imposing Will. Even we did already. Rail, wasting most now. A little bit one note. A little. That was an okay breakdown. Alright. This is a good groove though, right here. Good tempo. Not too fast, not too slow. Okay, the problem I have with a lot of nails is that the songs are really short. So there's a lot of songs of theirs that I like, but because they're so short, there's not a lot of time for the groove and the rhythm, the melodies and stuff to get caught in your head on a first listen. So I think a lot of this has to be done on a first listen to figure out what songs I really like and what ones I kind of like and kind of the variances there. But that song, like, on a first listen, it's good. I don't think it's really good, but I do like it. It's passable. Now we're going to punishment match. Punishment. there's certain points I like more than the last one, and certain ones I don't like as much as the last one. It's going back and forth. Good tempo again. The reason I keep bringing up the tempo is that tempo does matter. When you want a song that's powerful, very specific tempos do give it some power or take away some power. It basically, in a long story short, it's a lot of primal things, but sorry, I think I got a fly in my throat. Long story short, it comes down to like your walking speed, your running speed, other such speeds, and if you want a really punchy song, you want to go for more of a walking speed that hits really hard. If you want a song that feels fast and chaotic and rushed, then running speed or a little above running speed if you want to feel like an uneasy, like a too fast kind of feel. The tempos do matter with songs, and they're choosing good tempos that match these riffs. They're not too fast, they're not too slow. They're the right speeds to get across what the riff is trying to do the exact right way, just as best as possible. Everybody Burn, title track. Nice drums. It becomes a lot better on this track. Doing some nice fills. Using a nice part here with the guitar as well. Slow down. Nice fills there too. I hate the groove. The melody of this could be a little better, but it's pretty good as it is. A little faster. Alright, now it's Give Me the Painkiller, which I have heard, and I can already say is the best song so far. It reminds me of some like early speed metal, kind of like Motorhead. Maybe a little Megadeth, maybe just a little bit. This is like the closest I've heard what I've heard a little bit of every album, a little bit. This is the closest I can heard them come to like OG thrash, like Slayer and Metallica, just, in the riff at least. The changes are really good here too. solo too. Nice bass. Nice drums too. Really good song. Best song off the album so far. Maybe the other ones will also be up there too with that song, but so far they're somewhat apart. I feel like there is a big gap between the other songs and that song, but maybe they'll be with more listens. I'll like them as much, but who knows? This is Black and Billy, the classic episode. I figure after the chance for me to send it. It's a good riff though. That's good. This is already looking very promising. Oh, yeah. So far, it has really been a Painkiller just in different ways. Obviously, the slow is really good song. Yeah. 39 seconds. You're welcome. Inside joke, don't worry about it. I won't get it. I'm probably gonna run through a lot of these songs again after I finish the album because it is only so long, you know. I'm gonna run through a lot of these again, maybe off screen, maybe on screen, who knows. But I want to do this one right now because this one is really short. Whoops. Nice symbol. Yep. Usual back and forth. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. It does match the rest of the album for sure. Just the riffs and rhythms specifically they're not grabbing me personally, but that's about it. Next we're gonna do Made Up in Your Mind. That's a good one too. Kind of following the thing of the last song where starts off good a bit, maybe some other stuff that I'm not right quite into area, but I wish to focus more on this riff, but see as it's one that's not up my radio again. We're also going to hear that riff. Nice ending though. The kids. Like I said, there's elements of that one I like, elements I don't. I wish I would have done more of that riff they had. That was really cool. And it was now going to dehumanize. Typical 1-2. Nice drum fills. This is a more drum focused song. Moving the third groove, nice solo as well. No shredding, just more of a texture solo. Again, parts I like, parts I don't. Moving on to I Can't Turn It Off. Seems to be a lot more drum filled solo focuses on this album from used to. But yeah, I'm not an expert in the discography, but I've heard a little bit of every album, who there are. And there's some more drum fills from this one, which I like. Definitely good drums. Typical but good word drum riff. Not double time, but impact normal. This solo also feels very old old school metal crew, and then those two choosing how they're bending certain things. Last out, no more reverse reflex. I wish the guitars had a little less distortion on top. Could hear that a lot of times a bit more. I feel like it makes some of these slower songs hit, these slower riff hit much better. We go back to hear the tone and it's not so staggy the entire time. Sometimes it's kind of hard to hear the riff under all that static on the top. I get the main idea of the riff, the main shape of it, but these exact notes, those are low ends. I get to hear it as well. Nice picking out. Good too. Like it. Ooh. That's very Slayer-esque. Liking that. Breakdown. Nice. Very clean drop. It wasn't in your face drop, it was kind of slides in there. That's ending for the album too. Alright, so here's the deal with this, right? So as of right now, During the Painkiller, Black Ability Process Empathy, and No More First to Cross are the best 3 songs on the album. Other ones might appeal to me later on. I'm just more listens. I'm not going to do them right now. I'm a bit pressed for time. But as of right now, those are 3 songs that are really good off the bat. I can already say they're phenomenal. As for the other songs, I will have to give them time. In every video I have, in the description, there is my score. If I ever feel different about an album, I'll change the score in the description to match that. So sometimes I'll release a video about an album, and a week later I'll give it up. I'll give it one more point, or maybe drop it down a point, And I also, under the score, I will list all the standout tracks that are the best of the album that stand out. Those 3 are gonna go in there. I might add others in there as well as I get more used to this album. I'm gonna give you a few more listens off screen. Other than that, I think right now we have to ask ourselves a couple questions, right? Obviously this album is not your typical album. You're not gonna be worried about like a typical album structure where you have your opening track, your ending track, or closing track, and you have your climaxes, your push and pull. You're not gonna have songs that kind of, you're not gonna have songs that are meant to be like nice breaks or again climaxes. This album is it's a one idea throughout an entire album. That's it. And then we gotta ask yourself, okay, well, is there anything that breaks up the album? Is there anything that feels out of place? No. I feel like all the tracks fit together very well. Nothing takes you out of the experience. Nothing's out of place. It's all good. Do I think every track does its job? Now, what is the job? I think this job is supposed to be a big smash of adrenaline. Of course, that's my guess, right? It's very in your face, and certain tracks, like in the Painkiller especially, definitely does that. Immediately out of the gate, they're catchy. They punch you. You feel it. You feel the riff. They're energizing. They're adrenaline inducing off the bat. Some songs don't. Like Trapped, I don't think does. And that alone is kind of back and forth. Some songs, again, like I said, really have an impact. Some don't. I'm also not that big into a lot of the, not messier, but I like a lot of death metal stuff, heavier metal. I love Gojira. I love Chevy and Lad. I like some of Nail stuff. There's a lot of death metal that I like, but the stuff I don't tend to like is deathcore-esque stuff and that era stuff. Black metal, etc., etc. I don't tend to like. I need a rhythm to fall into. I need a groove. I need good riffs, all that kind of stuff. And when I feel a lot of kinds of they're changing up the drums and the riffs way too much, way too fast, that I can't get into a good groove. And you can have songs like I like a lot of Dream Theater songs. I like a lot of progressive metal songs, right? They'll be changing riffs every couple of seconds, but every individual riff is really good on its own. And that's my problem with a lot of the deathcore and all that kind of stuff, right? Is they're changing up all the time, but I feel like they're not all these riffs they're throwing in there are not the best riffs, and they could be better. Sometimes on this album they're good, sometimes they're bad, and they just don't grab me. That's more of a me personal thing. I'm not saying they're not good deathcore riffs or so. I'm not an expert on the genre, and I don't know if it's deathcore or whatever other subgenres around that, right? I know there's a couple I'm forgetting right now. Whatever this would be categorized as, I do know that it's a take on it, like it's some deathcore, whatever you call it, mixed with some old school speed and thrash metal, which is really cool. I think that's why I think that's why I like this album and a lot of their stuff. There's more of an emphasis on riffs and stuff, and even though the song's really short, sometimes I feel like it's for the better. Sometimes I feel like some songs can go on even longer, like in the Painkiller, for example. So for me personally, I like the album. Now I'm thinking about a score. I like it. It could be better. As of right now, for me, I assume for deathcore people they'd like it more, obviously. But at least for me, I feel like it is around a 7. About that. I feel like it does its job well. Like I said, remember, I'm going to listen to this again, so I might get brought up to an 8. Who knows? But for right now, I do feel like even though a lot of the tracks I don't really vibe with immediately or fully, I still do feel like that they do their job on the album and they do it well. And I got to take into account there's other people that like this style more that probably would get even more out of it also. So for other people, it might be an 8 or a 9. For me, it's a 7. It might change. Keep your eye on the description of the video, and that's gonna be it for this. If you like what you saw, then please subscribe if you want. Dislike if you like if you like. I don't really care which. Be honest with yourself. I'm going to release music myself. I'm doing everything myself. I'm doing the drums, guitar, bass, keyboard, vocal. I'm doing all of it myself. I'm recording, producing, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to subscribe to make sure you catch that, feel free. Remember to make sure you check out this video from the Charismatic Voice, the most important video you ever watch. Make sure you check that out for the vocal research that you're doing and to know how to contribute. If you want to contribute, I really suggest doing so. Other than that, that's about it. When I do practice instruments, I do live streams. So if you want to see me play instruments and practice live, not taking requests, just practice, I will be doing that live every so often. So subscribe to catch that as well. That's going to be it. So yeah.